still early spring, so one of the things that I love about sleeping inside the vehicle is in the mornings when it's still real cold, I can turn on the Jeep, turn the heat on, and just kind of lay in bed and slowly warm up, get all changed, ready for the day without freezing. But it's time to get up. Want to go for a little hike this morning, so let's get moving. Saturday morning, Molly and I are just finishing up our little hike. It's crazy. We found this little hollow here where clearly is when it rains and things like that, it must drain into here. My guess is there's some type of a natural spring nearby as well. And so you get all of this vegetation out in basically the middle of nowhere in the desert in the San Rafael Swell, which is really neat. Today, we're going to be continuing our trip from last trip, heading through Coal Wash inside the San Rafael Swell. Yesterday we pulled out of this wash that we were driving down. It was so beautiful, it was really cool, but it was starting to rain and I was getting a little bit worried about flash flooding. We took a different route that we thought would work and it ended up not working. It got to a couple of areas that were too technical for my comfort level being out here solo, and so we turned back, came back near the entrance of Coal Wash and found a place to camp. So I'm going to pack everything up and we will get back out on the trail, making our way through Coal Wash. Once I get through there, I'm just gonna have to see what time it is, see what other things are in the area and what we have time for to finish out this adventure. But if the second half of Coal Wash was even half as good as the first half, I know it's gonna be a really good day. So let's get going. I've just gone past where I turned and went up out of the wash yesterday, so all new trail ahead. Excited to check out the rest of this trail. a little washboardy in here in the sand. Not loving that, but the view's still amazing. Look at these huge cottonwoods. Look how massive that tree is. Has to be so old. It'd be really cool to come through here in the fall when the leaves are changing. I'd really like to do that sometime. Hiking our way up underneath Swayze's arch. It is steep. Come on, girl. Just finished up hiking up underneath Swayze's arch. We're just sitting on a boulder just taking in this view, and it is so beautiful. Definitely a popular stop. When I pulled in, there was probably 20 or so side-by-sides, people just stopping, eating lunch, and doing a little bit of hiking just like I'm doing. So time to hike back down and jump back on the trail. But this is so beautiful. This arch is amazing. Baby. Some pretty good little switchbacks. Nothing too bad, just tight, that's all. Been quite a lot of OHV traffic, some ATVs side-by-sides, past the huge thing of DWR guys out giving tickets to people that don't have updated tags. So tried to give a few people a warning, just let them know if they don't have their tags, maybe they might want to wait. Fix-It Pass was really cool. I only got one little clip of it, unfortunately, because there was a huge group of side-by-sides behind me, and I didn't want to be holding anybody up. So I would love to come back when I can get a lot more footage of it sometime. Man, I cannot get enough of this trail. First of all, it's fun, it's windy, it's a little bit technical, nothing, extreme or anything. And the views are just unreal in every direction. I just cannot believe how beautiful they are. So as you can see behind me, I have a toilet set up. Most of the times on my trips, I just go poop out in the woods, squat over a log or a rock, something like that, and then bury it. However, in some areas in Utah, particularly like high sensitive areas or highly trafficked areas and national parks, there's primitive campsites that don't have pit toilets where you're required to take your waste out with you. I plan on visiting a couple of those this year, and I wanted to make it a little bit easier when we're just doing our regular trips to set up a toilet area for the kids so that they can use it and I don't have to be there monitoring and helping them all the time. So I've picked up this cleanway system. It folds up really nice and compact, which is nice, but I don't love that. It seems like the seat and the top come off really too easily in my opinion, but it is designed to be able to use without a catch system and with a catch system, so if you have to pack out your waste, you can. So can I give it a try and I'll let you know what I think of it. It has 3 legs and it can hold up to 300 pounds, which is more than sufficient for me. They just fold in and it kind of comes in this nice little rectangular system. I don't love that the back I don't know, it's not really secured super well, and the seat kind of does similar. You can push it down in there and clamp it, but it doesn't stay super well, but it does when you're just sitting here. It's just if you're trying to, while you're unpacking it. But nobody likes to talk about pooping, but that actually went really well. There are other systems out there that are cheaper. My brother Mike has one that's just basically like, a seat that you sit on with 4 legs and the crossbars that go in between them. The problem with that one is you end up peeing on those crossbars all the time. I just hate it. So really happy with this. It felt super sturdy. It folds up nice, all self-contained. I do wish that it was a little bit smaller. It's pretty big and it doesn't fit in my Plano boxes, so I'm gonna have to come up with a way to store it. But as the kids are getting older and we're camping more and more, I just want to be able to go set up a bathroom spot and they can kind of take care of business from there. And it's just going to make that aspect of being a dad and camping just a little bit more pleasant. So while it was, I think it's like $70, it's a little bit more money than I wanted to spend. I think we're going to get a lot of good use out of it. So I'll leave a link to it in the description if you're curious about checking one out for yourself. But first time using it, very happy. Well, this is going to be a wrap on this trip. The scenery, absolutely stunning. The original plan was actually from here where I hit I-70 to go to Black Dragon Wash and do it as well. But because of the backtracking and things that I did yesterday, that just wasn't an option. That's just going to have to be another trip, which I'm very much looking forward to. But this has definitely become my new favorite way to get through the northern part of the San Rafael Swell. Now, it's Buckhorn Draw Road, for example, is a very popular route. It's a ton of fun. I absolutely love it. I've done several trips through there. It's a super well-graded dirt road. You can fly through it really quickly. What I did in this trip is a lot more technical, much more slow-paced, but also way more scenic and pretty much a lot less busy, despite the fact that I ran into some pretty good-sized UTV groups and things like that today. I can already see that Buckhorn Draw Road right here is really busy. As I've been sitting here getting ready to air up, I've seen a bunch of vehicles pass, so yeah, I'm sure it's pretty busy in there. It's time for me to head home. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you could do me a huge favor and share my channel with a friend who's into off-roading, camping, overlanding, that would be a huge help to me. If you want to follow me on the day-to-day, you can do so by following me on Instagram at Backroad Exploration. Thanks so much for watching.